What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Brent Watches Babylon 5 for the very first time. I am Brent. You guys are here to watch me watch this episode that I've never seen before. This is my first time going through it. Today, Season 2, episode something or other, 12, I think it is. And we're watching the episode Acts of Sacrifice. I believe my prediction on last week's episode was that this one was where we were going to find out what it cost Lanier to stay by Delenn's side from last week's show. Given the fact that these shows rarely pick up on the same thread in the very next episode, I doubt that's what it is, but that's my best guess. So we're going to get into it and find out all the fun stuff. And you guys out there, comment down below. We love getting to talk to you guys. And all that we ask is that you keep it spoiler-free. Spoiler-free, that's all we want. Keep it spoiler-free. And the other thing we ask is while you're here, subscribe way up that way and like the video. It's down around here somewhere. You guys know how YouTube works. It really helps us out. You guys have been awesome out there. So keep it up. What does he say? Keep it up. All right, I'm going to get into this episode. You guys follow along because this is going to be a fun ride.
Controls hit.
Space battles in B5 look so good for this age.
Only if we go right now.
And put us between the civilians and the war cruiser.
Oh, there's a civilian
Changing
war cruiser.
course. Transport away. She's safe.
They're not. Cute boy, he gave her a look.
And
Lights.
It's almost like a holodeck fake out there.
the Centauri attacked without warning, despite their promise not to strike civilian targets. Had our ships not arrived in time, had they
That
not
sounds
made the
familiar
supreme
today.
sacrifice to save...
Jakar, everyone in this room knows too well that the first casualty of war is always the truth.
Wow.
Unfortunately,
That's a great line. The first casualty of war is always the truth. Who's this?
The Lumani look like a pretty advanced civilization.
Do whatever you have to. Just get them to sign on.
Will do.
That's actually really cool. You know, Sheridan does this thing where he entrusts Ivanova with actually some really important items, things to do, and that's great leadership.
Babylon
The video of the Narn, you know, it strikes me. I don't know if that's an actual video of what happened, or if that's a bit of Narn propaganda altering video to make them look way more honorable and way more innocent than we've ever actually seen the Narn be. I mean, because that just completely slanted everything, and it might be right, but it was just a little too clean. You know what I mean? I did notice that the Narn, his captain, it looked like he had seatbelts on, which is cool. It's not something you usually see on a starship. So, the Lumani, is here to sign a treaty or something, and that's what we got. Okay, let's keep going.
Your actions in the recent past, the things you've said, they make it difficult for anyone to come to your aid now.
What
Yeah.
else could I do? When you have been crushed beneath the wheel for as long as we have, revenge occupies your every waking thought.
You know, there's an old saying I was just talking with my kids about. It's the idea that hanging on to bitterness is like drinking a poison yourself and expecting the other person to die. You got to let some stuff go. Now, listen, the Narn are completely within their rights to be mad and to be pissed off and to hate the Centauri. 100% in their rights. That doesn't mean that it's going to do them any good.
To the return of glory!
This is not going to go well.
We should have done this a long time ago. The Narns are like the Nataks, loud, smelly. It would be a kindness to put them out of their misery.
Break it up!
They threw a bottle at us.
Pipe down. And you, move. You two, come on, move. You
That
watch
guy has
it.
that thing too. You know, he just took the wrong people. He really did.
Welcome to Earth Alliance Station Babylon 5. I'm Commander Susan Ivanova.
I am Corellil Mirzan of the Lumati.
Yes, I know. Thank you. I was asking...
The servitor beside me is my translator, Tonk. I speak through him.
Are you incapable of speech?
No, of course not. But it would represent a loss of face for me to communicate with an inferior race.
Wonderful.
Ambassador, a man of your prominence must have refined and exotic tastes, but we are far from home. Certain things are hard to obtain. In exchange for your help, I could arrange to have a few of these items find their way into your hands. Weeping stones, Chiquaneth plants.
I will make a few discreet inquiries, all right?
Thank you, Ambassador.
Yes.
You know, bribable Londo. We've always known he's bribable, right?
Shall I log this in with the rest?
He is just as bad as it gets, man.
I said put it down!
This is bad police work. Like, I'm not a police officer, but even I know this is bad police work. All the way around.
He was ordered to put down his weapon. He refused.
He had the right to defend himself.
It was your people who started the incident back in the Zocalo.
That's not what I thought.
Look, Jakar, Babylon 5 is neutral territory, and I will not have you turn it into a war zone.
They have a right to defend themselves.
Damn it, Jakar. You are the duly appointed representative of your government. Are you saying that you can't control your own people?
You know, Jakar's not really that good at his job. He's just a bad ambassador. He gets pushed around too much.
I don't believe that any form of sentient life is inferior to any other.
Yes, we often hear that argument from inferior species and their sympathizers.
Just 1 second. You're saying
I hate these guys, but they're hilarious.
Inferior species bleeding to death, and all you had to do is move one finger to save its life. You wouldn't do it.
We would neither help nor harm them. It's not our place to interfere. The way for one race to help another is to allow evolution to run its course, and it's for their own good.
Okay, these guys feel like they could be ripped right out of a TNG episode.
Doctor, you have some strange notions, but I'm sure they will pass with time.
I'll get you a receipt, because I want to make sure everything's on the
No,
up
I
and
don't
up.
want a receipt.
Then what do you want?
I want you to stay and have a little drink with me. I want you to be happy.
Londo's not looking
I want
good,
me to be
man.
happy. I want you to be happy for me and me to be happy for you. Why is everyone here walking around like they're afraid of me?
Because maybe we are.
Tell him, Garibaldi.
About?
I don't know you anymore, Londo.
Yeah, there you go.
None of us do.
Tell him the truth.
Please. In my time here, very few people on this station have listened to me or taken me seriously. And now that things are changing, and I look around for someone to share my good fortune with, there is no one.
No one's there. Yeah, no one's there.
Except you, my good, close friend, Garibaldi.
My good, close friend, Garibaldi.
It's easy to talk about being strong here when there isn't a Centauri ion cannon pointed at your head. I know! It is difficult!
We must remain. Your message is heard.
You know, these Narns have this reptilian look to them, which makes you think that they're going to be tough and warrior and they're going to rip people to shreds. And I don't think that's the kind of people that they are.
Now
like,
we
at all.
send a message of our own.
Although he's going to try something. Oh, they're going to get this dude. You know, he kind of deserves it, but maybe not death. But, yeah.
Leave him where they can find him. And tell the others. We attack in 6 hours. And when we finish, there must not be one Centauri left alive on this station.
This has to be stopped at the source. They've rejected my authority. I have to reclaim it.
You don't mean you're going to?
Well, I have no choice.
Then I'm coming with you.
I don't think that would be
You
wise.
will need someone to watch your back. If it's not me, who would you prefer?
I still don't like this new Natoth. I just don't like her.
She wanted to see,
Like,
I
no
thought,
edge
take
on her
command and
whatsoever.
control, or the
None.
Zocalo.
Alliances?
Alliances are built upon more than tactical advantages.
Oh, he's
They are
talking.
built upon similarities of culture. This, more than anything else, has convinced me that you are worthy of an alliance.
Thank you, but this is not... Oh, hell.
Just get him to sign the alliance, right?
Are you challenging me?
You've already made the challenge. The question
No,
is...
you're challenging me.
To back it up.
Okay, I'm getting strong Klingon episode Worf vibes over here. Is that a challenge? My honor will be defended. Wahaha! I've got weird yoga Tai Chi looking things. What is it? What is this fighting? It's Hoth just ding ding.
Enough! This ends now!
But Ambassador, I've learned the hard way that governments deal in matters of convenience, not conscience.
Right?
If they fall behind, it is up to the rest of us to make up the difference.
Since you've decided to sign on with Babylon 5, I'm sure the captain won't mind us using his office to conclude the deal. It's tea. So, you said that there were just a few details to
Just
work
doesn't
out
like
prior
it.
to closing
I don't
this
like
deal?
tea either. I'm not a tea guy.
Yes. Tradition is important to my culture.
Well, this certainly qualifies. The captain felt very strongly about making this deal happen.
Then we will conclude this deal in our traditional manner. We will have sex.
Sex?
Ah!
It is necessary to finalize.
Oh my gosh! This cannot be
Is
happening.
Ivanova here?
Commander?
There's no way that would play today on TV.
Here you are.
No way.
The Toth here has a little present for us, courtesy.
I feel like that's supposed to be played for a laugh,
This is
and
the
that's
one
that
that
would
was
just
in
not
Tori.
play today.
Witnesses?
You know Londo's gonna go right up the flue when he finds out that one of his people was killed by a Narn. He'll announce it all over the station as proof that the Narn are the barbarians.
That's a pretty good
So I was
imitation.
gonna stir up even more violence around here.
Do whatever you have to, he tells me. But nobody told me this involved having sex with an alien.
Well, you could put a bag over his head and do it for Babylon 5.
Not funny.
Maybe not.
Not funny.
I'm doomed.
Bad Franklin.
I've decided I'm going to give him exactly what he wants.
Hey.
I don't think I like where this is going.
I thought it over, and I'm ready now. I set aside as much time as required to have sex as it's done by your species. Since if we were to do it human style, it'd probably be too much for you.
All right, she's got something up her sleeve here.
You ready? Yes. Good. Boom shabba lubba lubba, boom shabba lubba lubba. Hey there, 3 bags full. You come here often? Yes, I do. Dinner shabba lubba lubba, drink shabba lubba lubba, kiss, 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 kiss. You didn't call, you didn't write. I think you did it just for spite. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Tell me about your portfolio. Oh, yes, 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 yes.
She's going all like when Harry met Sally on this dude. Talk about faking it. Oh my gosh. Is he congratulating her? Is he congratulating her? That's pretty. That's just gross. Is this what women really have to deal with?
Understand.
Pause. It is really inappropriate that Ivanova would ever have to do that. Like, she effectively had to make a fool of herself. And that's something that nobody should ever have to do. Like I get it. This was being played for a laugh. I actually didn't even find it funny. Like, it was awkward and it was weird. And if I laughed, it was a nervous laugh. But that wasn't funny. No one should have to degrade themselves like that in order to accomplish a goal. I loved Ivanova, though, coming up with the idea and taking agency into her own hand and dealing with the situation head on. That was cool, but she shouldn't have had to do it. You know, that was entirely inappropriate. All right, let's back to this. I'm gonna back up just a little bit. I do like that he shakes her hand because I think he's congratulating her.
Which reminds me, The head Lumani left this for you before he took off.
Well, isn't that sweet?
Mm-hmm.
Next time, my way.
Is that a Lumati condom?
You'd like to tell me?
Yeah, she needs to tell him. She needs to tell him. 100%. Oh, Garibaldi showed up for Londo. That's cool.
Thanks.
All right, so that's the episode. Acts of Sacrifice. I honestly don't really know what to make of this episode. There were pieces of it that were, I think, supposed to be played for laughs that honestly just weren't funny, particularly the Ivanova stuff. The Narn have never felt more weak to me than they did in this episode. Like, all bark, no bite kind of weak. They could try to take on people, but it's just not going to work out for them. Ivanova having to deal with very inappropriate negotiations, I think is an interesting commentary on human culture looking in from the outside, which is where I think I'll dive in more with that with Jeff. I want to bake that one a little bit more. There was also this whole piece where they were down below and they started describing like how we take care of or don't actually take care of our homeless population and our underserved populations, which is a very Star Trek thing to do. They just didn't do it in a way that Star Trek would do it at all, which I love. I love Babylon 5 having its own way of doing things, which is just awesome to see. This one does it in such a way where like it tries to give you a message and then it just sort of beats you over the head with it until you comply. And you're like, okay, I get it, I'm good. Whereas Star Trek would try to talk you to death about it until you capitulated. So same outcome, just two different ways. I'll be interested to see where we go. I think I've got deltas this week. We'll see what Jeff does on the Star Furies. Make sure you guys join us on Monday when Jeff and I get together. We're going to dive into this episode. Please, as always, like, subscribe, comment down below. Always remember, no spoilers. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on Monday. Bye now.